Yeah, I tell you, man. I mean, the You should have. Well, actually, it's probably a good job you weren't there because when we were done, clean up, gushing.
Why are you telling me this? Oh my god.
I didn't have wine before.
Did we have a table before?
We've got a table. We have a table.
Definitely there.
Yeah, your finger didn't go through it and everything. Well, I will have some wine. Do you ever get that feeling that, like, the world's turning, but only for everyone else?
I feel strangely refreshed.
Yeah, so yeah.
Don't know what that's about though.
No idea. I have some wine. What is this? We have some... Ooh. Well, that's not a grape I know. A jammy red roux.
You'd remember if you'd seen it, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I suspect a blend. Oh, it's not bad though. It's not bad.
I would say Aussie wines tend to be quite nice.
Yes.
Pleasant.
I have a bit more of a weakness for either South African or Californian wines in terms of New World.
Oh, right. So I'd rate Australian above California a lot of times. Just a smidgen, but just a little.
I suppose overall, yes. For me, anyway, that's what I find.
Okay, yeah.
I do feel very refreshed, as you say. I suppose, that being the case, we should discuss something. That seems to be...
It does seem to be the destination of choice in this location, doesn't it? Destinations.
Destinations? Destinations imply a journey.
Ah, journeys. Oh, it'd be nice to have one of those, wouldn't it?
You mean as opposed to the bathroom, to the kitchen, back here?
The staycation, yes.
Yes, the staycation. I mean, obviously because we're the only people who know what that feels like at the moment.
Now, if only we could go on a journey.
Okay. Well, what kind of journey are you thinking? Road, rail, trains, planes, automobiles?
How about boat?
Boat. Boat as in...
If we're going to go somewhere, let's do it for the longest time possible, in the slowest possible way.
Are you talking boat or das Boot?
I hadn't thought about it that way, but I just... No, preferably something above the waves.
So a boat or a ship?
Oh, don't call me out on those distinctions.
Because technically speaking, a submarine is a boat.
Is it really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. Okay.
My dad was in the Navy. I remember him telling me. Can't remember the actual reason why, or the
I know they call them U-boats, but
yes.
I didn't realise they were literally...
Their classification as a boat. Yeah.
Huh. I think you've learned.
Okay, so we're going on a fun sea voyage.
Yes.
Right.
Somewhere sunny and far away.
What, you mean like the Caribbean?
Yeah. Perhaps.
Okay. So I take it we're talking about the first one.
Oh, well, yes. Could keep it simple.
The best one. Of
The
course.
best one, yes.
Okay. So I got one then. Let's take Captain Jack. I take it we're taking Captain Jack as the protagonist that we're looking at here.
Yeah, he is the character. I mean, I know Will and Elizabeth are there, but they move within his orbit.
Yes, absolutely. I think they wanted it to be the other way, but everyone just went, no.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So let's take Jack somewhere where he's never been before.
Okay. There's not many places that.
Instead of
On that
taking him on
list.
instead of taking him on a journey, we're going to take him on a voyage.
Voyage.
A golden voyage, if you will.
Oh! You want to swap Captain Jack for Captain Sinbad?
I think that's
That's
could be
interesting. And it is interesting. Could be fun. Although it's weird because Sinbad's famous for being a pirate hunter.
Yes, I do. Yes, I must admit, it's one of the lines that I do remember from that film that I think it's his first mate says at some point. He says, Captain Sinbad is renowned for the amount of pirates he sent to the bottom of the sea.
Yes. But still. But
you say that, see, I've always had this thing...
but at times he acts like a pirate.
He does, but also similarly with Captain Jack, I tend to find that I think he would do well in that. I think Sinbad is the kind of hero that he wishes he was, and he can't be because of circumstance.
Yeah, the universe that he's in. The world he's in doesn't allow for such simple honesty.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah. Where it's a more straightforward time that Sinbad is in. Yes.
So I think he'd work. I mean, we'll have to discuss when we do it. Before we go any further, I think what I need to do is again, I'm having that yearning again to talk in that direction.
Oh, in that direction. All
yes.
Right. Well, you talk.
I'll talk in that direction.
In that direction. I'll talk in this direction just for a moment.
Okay. And I am going to say, Wello. I have no idea. Well, I'm assuming it's part welcome and part hello.
Indeed, it must be.
somewhere. Hopefully, Lewis Carroll is looking down on me, going.
Anyway, you were saying.
I was. Yes. Hello and welcome back to Maybe Movies. Technically, our second month in 2021. And we hope everyone's keeping well. Hope everyone is getting what they should be getting and getting their vaccines in.
Take care of yourselves, folks.
Yes. Yeah. And so I've completely lost this. Some of this may get cut out, but I'm just going to carry on going because we can. Before we go any further, obviously this is our pitch meeting for March. Couple of quick shout outs. I'd like to get those in quickly now.
Always got to get the hellos into people.
Yeah, absolutely. I have loads to do, so if you're not in this week's one, don't worry, I will get around to you very soon. First one is to our friend Baccio, who does movie and streaming content reviews. Brilliant bloke with a very dry and acerbic wit. He more often than not has me in stitches. Obviously, links and everything will be in the description. But yes, do check out his channel, especially the recent review he's done of the latest Snyder Cut trailer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Second one is to On Tour with the Dridgers, who are a couple from the south coast of England. And they do vlogs of them exploring various places. At the moment, very much near to where they live for obvious reasons. But you always get the sense that they're just hankering to be able to go and do some of this stuff abroad as soon as they can. And of course, I do wish you all the best in your search for the nirvana of hot chocolate that you have yet to find.
It's a worthy search.
Yes. And the last one is to an old friend, my friend Barney Matley, who is not a friend of mine, actually a friend of mine from the Meadow Market Theatre, who's recently jumped into the murky world of filmmaking.
Oh, brave man.
Yep, and has got his own channel called, so his production company is Star-Crossed Productions. I can't remember if the channel, I think, is just called Star-Crossed.
Okay.
But I'll check it again, as I already said, descriptions in the link.
Indeed, they are. Indeed, they are. Has somebody glitched you?
I don't think I was unpaused. But yes, do check him out. He's done a short film, it's about half an hour, surrounding things to do with mental health and anxiety issues and things like that.
Okay.
So do give it a look, do give it a like. Great book. And that's it for those. Something we're going to do occasionally now as well is just a thing for our friends and fellow content creators, most of whom probably already do, but if you don't, then if you do want to try and get a bit better at your channel and help maximize what you're doing with your work, then do check out TubeBuddy, which is an app which is it's like a plugin for your YouTube channel.
That's the money.
Yes. To help you, there's loads of stuff on there that'll help you maximize your keyword searches and how you rate, which ones are rating against other people, which gives you a much more in-depth view of your analytics and things like that. So that it does really help to grow your channel. And there's again a link from us in the description. If you do, obviously, again, it's free, but they are paid tiers as well. And it is a pretty good bargain. I mean, even the cheapest tier is like £6 in the UK. But even then, do have a bit of an explore, because it took me a while to find it. But if you've got less than 1,000 subscribers, then you can get it cheaper than that.
Okay.
So,
So there's a sliding scale on this.
There is, yeah,
Right.
yeah. But again, you have to go look for it.
Okay.
But yes, and that's the hard sell done. Now we
The
go.
Last of Us staring awkwardly at a weird angle.
Going, what's he doing? Do you want to buy something from this band? Yes, you do. Anyway, let's go back to taking what you can and giving nothing back.
Indeed. There was a toast landscape. Brilliant. All right. Well, it'll be interesting. I think it works because Jack would be compelled by the everything about the quest that Sinbad goes on, and Sinbad as a pirate hunter would naturally want to go after Barbossa and the crew of the Black Pearl.
Exactly.
So it really doesn't. It doesn't take that much of a stretch of the imagination to see it happen.
Absolutely. I didn't even. Yeah, that's true.
For because not only would Sinbad being the hero be the type to do that sort of thing, but Barbossa's a pirate.
Exactly.
Black Pearl's a pirate ship.
Yes.
Of course, he's going to go after the bad guys.
And Sinbad's no stranger to the magical and the mystical.
Indeed. Yes.
So the fact that it's it's crewed by the dead is gonna.
Oh, no. Yep.
Oh, I forget.
Been there, seen it, done it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we should leave the discussions about how we're going to get somebody from about 8th century Arabia to 18th century.
All right. No. I mean, let's just for the sake of argument. Well, no. You're right. Actually, it's an interesting question. Do we transport them back in time, or did we simply put them in the story, and the time period isn't really relevant? If you understand my meaning. Or do we actually think, all right, we're going to. So Jack Sparrow, there's a wormhole and they get sucked through time or something. That.
Well, see, that was the
transports them
thing.
into
I
the
must
other
admit, I had given it some thought, and again, yes, we can either just say because of Jack Sparrow's entrance, even in Curse of the Black Pearl, anyway, he's just there. He just appears
Yes.
on that ship. You could have him do the same thing. There's no reason not to do it in that way. If we want to, we can go full final countdown and have the big swirling vortex, but I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary at all. No, it's just the conceit of the characters are different.
Yes.
It's the different eras are part of it, but it's not the point.
Mhm.
It's the voyage is the point, isn't it? So, my question is: are we swapping just the captains, or are we swapping the captains and the crews? Because I did think about it, and there are pretty neat corollaries
There are. I noticed
to
that.
a lot of the named crew members.
Yes,
Or they have quite neat parallels between them.
they do. That's not my problem. The only problem that I can see in the way we normally approach these. So if we're taking it as it is, then the crew, or Jack's crew, doesn't exist until about a third of the way through the film, or halfway through the film, and they are not his crew until the very end of the film. So we can't use them because we're taking Jack as we find him at the start.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. That means Sinbad's going to have to deal with Jack's crew, and Jack is going to have to deal with Sinbad's crew.
Yes.
That's going to change things. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. That's why I wanted to clarify that because that's like this is a fundamental.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Okay. So Swapping captains, just captains.
Yeah. Also, with that respect as well, again, depending on how much we do or don't look into the differences from the period that they respectively from, that reduces more so for Jack than for Sinbad the amount of anachronisms that are going to be present. Really, the only thing that would be is his pistol. He's saving that shot.
He is saving that shot, yes. I would want to give, because I always feel like the pistol's part of the story, so I would want to give the pistol to Sinbad. Because presumably this means that Jack. See, this is the question. Does Jack have to acquire a crew in Golden Voyage? Or does he begin with one like Sinbad?
I can see how I can think of a way that how he can acquire the crew. So I see him as Jack is as he starts the film and so on.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's still. I mean, we know what we know about Jack means he could do that pretty much on his own. So yeah. But that also begs the question, the same as Sinbad. I mean, I was kind of assuming that Sinbad was going to arrive much like Jack does at the beginning of the story, shipless and crewless.
I must admit that one I hadn't thought that much.
I'm not
about.
saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I was making these assumptions.
Yeah.
You know that you know. Although we've transported Jack, he'd begin the story in the
With
same
the crew.
with the crew in the same way that Sinbad had the crew, and Sinbad would be without the crew at the beginning, much the same as Jack is. But I was making simple assumptions there. It wasn't like I have any particular notion of where that would go.
I'm reluctant to do it, but I can't help it. So this could be one of those rare occasions where we have to
So
actually.
be this bizarre Persian crew pulling into Port Royal. I kind of like the image of it.
Okay, so yeah, I see two options here.
Mm-hmm.
So on the one hand, we've got this idea, yes, so that something has happened. Jack's ended up there on his own, and Sinbad and his crew have suddenly found themselves in the Caribbean, which is going to be scary for them because it's a part of the world they don't even know exists.
Yes.
I like that one. I think that was better. The other one that I was going to suggest was, again, a complete meta thing which doesn't exist beyond the confines of what we're doing here, but somehow they meet. Jack basically nicks his ship with the crew, swindles him out of his ship, and then leaves him, and they both go off and they both end up in the wrong place.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yeah.
But I like your idea better. I think that works because that that changes the movie completely because they start the film boom with a ship.
Right. Yes.
It's going to change a lot. That's already a completely different film because that means there's no need to try and take the interceptor.
See, this is why I was assuming that Sinbad would roll into town
As he is.
as
Okay.
he is, like Jack did, because otherwise there are certain things that he has no particular reason to do.
Yeah.
He'll rescue Elizabeth, but trying to steal the ship and trying to acquire a crew and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
he doesn't have a reason to. He's already got a crew.
Mhm.
And so Lieutenant Norrington won't want to chase him.
Commodore.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
starts the movie as Lieutenant.
Okay, fair enough.
Although technically it does happen on the day he becomes
Yes,
Commodore, so
yeah.
you are technically correct. So it would change the dynamics of the film. But would we then have Norrington chasing Sinbad out of jealousy because he's taken Elizabeth and Will away? Oh no, I'm wrong. Of course, I'm not thinking right. Of course, Barbossa's going to take the girl regardless.
Yeah.
So Norrington's going to want to chase him automatically.
Mhm.
Of course, yes. Sorry, I got befuddled in my own head because we were talking about what ifs there.
Yeah, we were. So I do like that though. I do that does make things interesting. Having again, it changed. We've now fundamentally changed the story. I'd like
You'd like to do that?
I'd like to see where it goes. Yeah, because I
Okay.
hadn't thought about that.
All right, so Jack turns up in Far Arabia,
Mhm.
crewless and alone,
Mhm.
and Sinbad and his crew are swept off course by some unbelievable storm
Yes.
and wash up on the sandy shores of the
Port
Caribbean.
Royal. Yeah. Okay. I like it.
So we are kind of breaking the movie from the beginning, but we're we're kind of now. This is the new movie we're making, but I like it.
We did say at the start we're going to take them off the reservation, so
Yeah. This is definitely off the
yes.
reservation. Way off the reservation.
just a bit.
But no, it's cool. We can have a lot more fun with this then.
Okay, so let's have a quick look then at acts. I mean, I think Pirates of the Caribbean is pretty straightforward. It's like, I think, I put it, Act 1 finishes after the attack on Port Royal, when they take Elizabeth.
Oh, right. Oh, goodness me. No, I have it later than that. I have it with the best pirate that I've ever seen when Will and Jerk steal the boat.
Oh, okay.
Call to action.
Yes, it would be.
Call to action.
Okay. I would have put at the end of Act 2 then when they drop him back off on the little island. Or thereabouts. That's kind
Will
of.
steal Marooned. Yes, that's Act 3 for me as well. Yeah.
Okay. Sinbad.
Sinbad was actually the first couple of acts were pretty simple. It was the third act that caused me a little trouble. I had to move it around a couple of times.
I think first one was, I think it's when they, it's pretty much when they set off on the journey itself, isn't it?
Yes.
Similar kind of thing.
I mean, because I was trying to find the notes, it was like, so they set sail there to talk about seeking Lemuria, and then Haroon wakes up and is like, oh, where am I?
Yeah.
And they all start laughing at him, and it's like, yeah, you're part of the crew now. And then next time, he's talking to the girl and they're exchanging tales, and
Yes.
that feels like that's the next...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Moving into the next part of the story.
Yeah.
That's where I had that. Act 3 was a little slippery. At first I had it when they were going to shore, and then I thought, no, actually...
But I put it...
It's after they chase him, so after they escape from the tomb, from the Oracle's tomb.
I put it... I was a bit more generous. I put it... Yeah, after they got the... after they had the mission statement, if you like, from the Oracle.
Yes, that's
That's
right.
what I
Yeah, the Oracle, because and then they immediately get trapped. They have the rope. That's terrible. A strong rope, yes. The imp attacks, and then they're free, and they start following Kura north.
Yeah.
And that's the final run.
Yes.
So that felt like I had to, as you can see, I had to put a little red arrow and change my Act 3 there.
Yeah, that works for me. I'm still on.
Because when I was watching it, I was thinking, oh, that's so close to the end. There's so little time, it can't be, right? And then I went there, so quite a bit happens in that last sequence.
There is
quite a bit going on there.
Yeah, you just kind of think, right, well, yes, ramping up to the end here, and then, oh no, we'll just drop these in as well.
Oh, yeah, a bit more complicated. Oh, and this, and oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Which one do you want to do
Ooh. You're not getting the good here. Oh. I don't know. They're both going to be so different. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? Do you have an opinion?
first? I think I'd like to do Sinbad. I'd like to do Jack.
I want to do Jack first.
Yeah.
It's going to be probably the most mental because he's so
Yes.
out of place in that world.
I think I'm going to have to work myself up to the kind of the mental gymnastics I'm going to have to do with Sinbad. I just wanted to say mental gymnastics.
Right, okay, look, we actually kind of have to go back to this then. So Sinbad's turning up with his crew. That means we've got Rashid, Haroon, all those guys. That means suddenly Black Pearl no longer has...
You wouldn't have Haroon. He doesn't meet him, he wasn't with the crew at the start of the film.
Oh, right. Well, you know, that's fair enough because Haroon really correlates to Will anyway.
Exactly.
But it causes a problem for people like Mr. Gibbs. Where is their role? Do you see the problem? It's not that... It's just we've got to find a place for him.
I don't know. I find it really... I feel really bad.
To be honest, it's actually Gibbs. He's the big one. He's the one that really... Rashid takes his place in
He
the
does,
crew.
very much so, yes.
So what role does Mr. Gibbs have? Do we leave him in the Caribbean? And he's an extra character? Maybe that joins the crew to keep them... No, because he could be that guy that gives them all the exposition, can't he? He's full of all of those stupid tales anyway.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
That's who he is.
Yeah.
He's Sinbad's guide to this world.
Yes.
Alright, it's right. Problem
Thank you.
solved. Problem
Thank you.
solved.
Having met Kevin J. McInerney,
You're a lucky man.
and I was like, oh, well, we could just leave him out, but no, we can't, Kevin. Don't worry, we're not going to.
No, that was never going to happen. We had to find a place for him. I was wondering if we were going to have to send him back in time as well, but no. Actually, he does. He's that tour guide. He's full of those crazy
Of course
stories
he is.
anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he's
yeah. So he
perfect
has
as
to
a
be
tour
the-
guide.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Ah,
definitely.
brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, so because the other option I was about to say was, well, when Jack gets to Arabia, he just finds him there.
That was kind of. I thought I was having something like that. I was. I don't know why, but I was thinking of the old pilot that stayed behind
Yes.
in Egypt in the Mummy.
In the Mummy, yeah.
With his old stories, and I could just imagine like Mr. Gibbs being like he got shipwrecked or something like
Yeah.
that. And he just washed up on shore. He's the only survivor, and he's been there for 20 years.
Yep, that works. That works.
You know, it was a thing that could have been.
So,
But I like him better as the tour guide for Sinbad because that gives Sinbad a way into the world.
absolutely,
Yeah,
definitely, and at least then he's got somebody with him who can navigate those coastlines.
yes, yeah, yeah,
Brilliant. Oh, well thought.
yeah.
Gold star.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Before we even begin.
Well, I was the one who created the problem in the first place, but you know.
Well, that's why sometimes you have to create the problem to find the solution. I think that wraps us up for this one then.
It feels like that's more or less it, isn't it?
We
Yes.
are set and poised to go with, I guess is it the Golden Voyage of Jack or the Golden Voyage of Pirates?
Oh.
Because it can't be the Golden Voyage of the Black Pearl.
Oh. I know. It can't. Okay.
Golden, the Golden Voyage of the Pirate of the Caribbean. That's one
No.
hell of a title.
That's a hell of a title. We'll have to think of something. No, we'll have to think of something.
Okay. We'll come.
We'll try. Well, by next week, hopefully, we'll have something.
But because the other one would work fine, Sinbad of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes.
That one works fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Sinbad of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yes.
So the Golden Voyage of Sparrow,
Oh,
maybe.
2 gold stars. That's
Okay.
perfect.
Thank you.
There's a nice alliteration in there as well. No, there's not.
No, I was going to say.
There isn't.
There really is not.
I really have been unpaused in a very bad way.
There's been a glitch in the Matrix, man.
I'm gonna go. But no. Anyway, yes, thank you for joining. What's a bit of a strange one. It will improve sometime. Anyway, cool. So please do come back and join us next week when we are going to dive into our voyage on the high seas. Why do I have a feeling that maybe we should beg and petition our unseen overlords that if we're doing pirates, that we should be drinking rum? Just saying.
Why is there no rum? Just saying.
Yes, please do come back and join us next week when we'll be looking at how Jack Sparrow gets on sailing the high seas of Arabia, or around Arabia.
All right.
It's not going well. And again, till we see you next time, please, as always, do look after each other and stay safe. And again, check out the links in the description for our friends and fellow content creators. And we'll see you soon.
As always, guys, take care and TTFN. Bye bye.
Ba 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 ba.